Alright, today we will be building a step-down hand lamp with an inline transformer. Tools for the job will be a tape measure, 7/16 wrench, a 2mm Allen wrench, a small skinny flathead, a Phillips head, a 1/2-inch tap, Phillips head drill bit, a crescent wrench, a 1/2-inch lock ring wrench, a pipe reamer, a cable cutter, wire strippers. We have a drill with a 7/16 on an extension and another drill with a 1/2-inch tap and a pair of crimpers. Before we start, we will go over our paperwork. Our front page will have options to tell us what cord cap we are using and what bulb we will be using on this build. Also, you go back here to the spec page, your wire lengths, your cord cap options, your bulbs, everything you need to know about this build. First thing we will do is start marking our box out to drill. When marking your holes, you want to make sure to keep all your penetrations on the side. That way the customer can access their mounting tabs. I'll just center it out. Mark 4 holes. You will also be putting a 1/2-inch hole on each side. Here you'll take your unibit. Take your reamer, clean off any excess, make a nice smooth surface. Then you will take your tap. I run my tap about 1/3 of the way down. That way you are still actually tapping when you put your CGB in. Once your CGB is tightened, put in your lock ring, tighten it down. You don't want to run your tap too far down, otherwise you will lose the water seal on your CGB. On the bottom side, Take a dab of silicone, not a whole lot, otherwise you'll be cleaning up a whole lot. Put your rubber washer on, just kind of spin a little bit to spread the silicone. And that creates a watertight seal on our penetration. We'll take our 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch bolts. A little bit of anti-seize on each one. When placing inside, always pay attention. Your high voltage coming in on your left hand side, coming out on your right. I try to take a long skinny screwdriver, slide my washer over, place it directly on top of the bolt. It's a lot easier than trying to get your hand down in there. Once you've placed your bolt on top, take your 7/16 with an extension and just get it started good. When you tighten these down, be very careful not to go too tight. Otherwise you will fold up the rubber washer. And just kind of wipe up any excess silicone. We will allow it to dry while we finish the build, and then we'll come up and clean up the rest of it. When working on your transformer, you will notice there is a diagram. Your high voltage, it will show you how to wire up 120 or 240. On your low voltage, gives you how to wire up a 12 volt or a 24 volt. For this particular model, we will be wiring up 240 volt to 24 volt. These are the connectors that we will be using to tie it together. Now we'll begin the wiring. Again, it's very important not to cross your wires. Make sure you're putting the high voltage on the high voltage side. When stripping it back, I like to go the length of the inside of the box. Always check your wiring when you've cut, and just make sure there's no nicks or frays inside there. And once you're done, just make sure that the connection is nice and tight. Your black and your white. Make sure it's good and tight, and make sure there's no metal exposing through the plastic. It's best to use the back side of the crimpers. It gives a much better solid connection. Again, following the diagram, each one of these spots is labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our line in will come in on number 2. Again, going about the width of the box opening. Check your wires. Make sure there's no nicks or cuts in the wire. Placing the end of your CGB. Very important to remember that metal ring. Make sure you do not lose it. Your white and black wires will basically be right across from each other. Black and black, white and white. Sometimes it's easier to just take the little tab and bend it back just enough to where you can make that little corner there. You'll take your 2 green wires, which are your grounds, and we will butt splice them together. We're putting the lid on. Make sure the gasket's nice and straight. Now we'll move on to our cord cap. Strip the wire back about 3/4 of an inch. Again, inspecting all your wires. Most all of your cord caps will be color coded. Your gold will be your black wire. Your green will be your ground wire. And normally your neutral is silver. This here being a 220 plug, it is gold as well. There is an indentation on your cord cap. There's a little groove over here. Line them up. Always make sure your screws are on the bottom with your ground. Now your cord cap's complete. About 2.5 finger width. Your wood head will come with 2 different options for your rubber insert. You'll choose the one best suited for the size wire you're working with. Spray a little silicone on the wire itself. And then spray it inside the fitting as well. Terminals inside your wood head will be color coded. Black on gold, white on silver, and ground on green. Slide the guard until it locks in place. And be sure and put your lock back on. When tightening your set screw, just turn it until the lip right here just barely starts to separate. Always check your tab inside here and make sure that that is not pushed all the way in, otherwise you have to tear it all apart again. Remove the Made in Mexico sticker. And here you will place your product sticker. As well as your employee number sticker. You'll take a small Larson logo and place it over the wood head. Also take a larger product sticker, place it on the box, and there you have a step-down hand lamp with an inline transformer.